It was the night of September 15, 2010, in Beaumont, Texas. The NCM Elegant Hotel stood quietly under the dim glow of streetlights. Guests checked in and out. Suitcases rolled across the lobby floor, and no one imagined that behind one of its closed doors lay a mystery that would baffle investigators for months. In room 348 sat Gregory Fleniken, a 55-year-old oil and gas executive. By all accounts, Gregory was an ordinary man. He wasn't a troublemaker, wasn't into drugs, and didn't live dangerously. He was simply in town for business, planning to spend a quiet evening alone in his room. That night, Gregory made himself comfortable. He poured a drink, turned on the TV, and settled into bed. Nothing seemed unusual until the next morning, when Gregory didn't show up for a scheduled meeting. His co-workers grew concerned. Calls went unanswered. Finally, hotel staff entered room 348. There, they found Gregory, lying on the floor, motionless. At first glance, it looked like a heart attack. No blood, no signs of struggle, nothing disturbed in the room. Was just gone? But the autopsy told a very different story. Gregory's internal organs were destroyed. His liver was shredded. His scrotum was bruised. His insides looked like he had been in a severe car crash. Yet there were no cuts, no broken ribs, no external wounds. How could a man suffer so much internal damage without a single mark on his body? Detectives were stumped. They began to suspect foul play, but the mystery deepened. There was no motive, no forced entry, no enemies. Gregory had no drugs in his system, no suspicious financial dealings, nothing. The investigation dragged on. Rumors spread. Was it poison? A new kind of weapon? Some freak accident? Then a break came. Detectives learned that the room next to Gregory's room 349 had been occupied by two workers from an oil rig crew. That night, the men had been drinking, watching TV, and, as it turned out, playing around with a small handgun. One of the men admitted that while showing off the weapon, it accidentally discharged. They panicked, checked their room for damage, and seeing no blood, thought nothing of it. What they didn't realize was that the bullet had traveled through the thin hotel wall straight into room 348. The slug struck Gregory while he was lying in bed. The bullet itself had fragmented inside his body, causing massive internal injuries while leaving almost no exit wound. He had staggered for a moment, collapsed, and died alone, with no one the wiser. For months, the case had seemed impossible. But now the truth was clear. Gregory Fleniken had been an innocent man killed by pure accident in the safety of his own hotel room. The workers were charged, and justice, at least in the legal sense, was served. But the haunting image remained, a man enjoying a quiet night, taken by a bullet he never saw, from a gun fired by strangers he never met. And that's why room 348 at the Elegant Hotel is remembered not for luxury, but for mystery, tragedy, and one of the strangest murder investigations Texas has ever seen.